Hi, I'm Lois Tubby, and this is my story. I was born and raised in Brooklyn. At 6 years old, my mother got a divorce, and I had custody of my mother but visitation with my father. When I had visitation with my father, he would take me and put me in a garage with soap in my mouth until visitation was over. At that point, driving home, he would ask me, "Do you love me more than your mother?" I didn't know what he was going to do with me, so I didn't give him an answer. But when I went home, I told my mother, and that was the last I saw of my father. Years later, my mother remarried to a man that I just didn't like. I accepted him because my mother loved him. When I became a teenager, I had very bad relationships. But as an adult, I married my childhood sweetheart for 13 years and had a beautiful daughter. The marriage ended very badly. I had a child custody battle and I had a divorce, and it put me into the poorhouse. I didn't know what to do. I was very confused. I had no direction. I didn't have Jesus in my life, so I went to therapy. Well, during years of therapy, I met a man too soon and remarried again and had another child with him. During that time, my stepfather passed away, so I had to balance my mother, my child, my husband, and it was a very hectic situation. But also during that time, I was unaware that my second husband was abusing my youngest daughter emotionally and physically. When I found that out, that marriage ended. Years later, my mother was in the hospital in Glen Cove. The doctors told me that she wasn't going to make it. And I was so distraught, so I took a walk and realized it was Sunday, so I walked into Glen Cove Christian Church and prayed. Thank God my prayers were answered. God blessed Tiffany when she was born. I gotta say that. Because at age 5, I never went to church. At age 5, she said, "Mom, could we go to church?" I said, "No, we don't go to church." Okay, my parents never went to church. I know we went to church. Okay, so when she got to be 12 years old, rebellion, she went out and went to a church by herself. And I didn't know where she went. And at that time there was a beepers or something, and I beeped her, and then she called me on a payphone and said, "I'm at church, Mom." And I said, "What are you doing there? Like, that's not a place to be." But as she went to the Manhattan Christian Church on 42nd Street, Manhattan. When she was a teenager, she took the train. She would do that, and I'd say, "Why is she doing that?" So now I'm single, and being single, my younger daughter used to take me to churches and Christian concerts, and I sat there like a lump just to appease her. I said to myself, what am I doing here? Until one day we went to Jones Beach to see Greg Loring, and I sat there again like a lump. But something came over me at that point when he was talking, and I got up. So when I got up, my daughter thought I was leaving, but instead I was walking to the altar to accept Jesus Christ. At that point, I accepted Jesus Christ, went to Glen Cove Christian Church, and was baptized by Pastor Jim. Since Jim baptized me, Glen Cove Christian Church is my home now. My life has changed drastically. I might not be rich, but I'm grateful for everything that I have, especially Jesus and my children. I'm Lois Tubby, and this is my story.